Welcome back in, everybody, to TV Sports 27. We got a little extra bonus game for you guys. This was not part of our original schedule, but while we were playing our last game, an incredible game between the Lancers and the Armadillos, we happened to notice we had two squads that were 9-5 that have playoff hopes on the line. So we're going to play 5 playoff games here today, but we wanted to bring you a 6th extra game. You're looking at it here for the Tampa Bay Mutiny. They are not in the clear just yet. They're in the National South. They got Tom Brady and the Dirty Birds on their tail with 2 weeks left to go here in the regular season. In the North, the St. Louis Rhinos, they're not going to make it happen. But this is a stacked division between the Golden Eagles, the Rhinos, and the Wolverines. They want to get double-digit wins to survive in the National Conference. So if you're looking at your double-digit squads, you got the Lumberjacks, the Golden Eagles, and the Wolverines. Here's your Mutiny and your Rhinos. You got the Aviators, you got the Desperados, you got Brady, you got the Benjamins right here, who all could make a rally. You're looking at teams with 6 losses that are still in this, and even your 7-loss squads. This is a huge game between the Mutiny and the Rhinos that we did not want to miss bringing to you guys. So we commit to our normal 5 games a week, but we're going to bring you an extra game. This is going to be computer versus computer with the in-game commentary here, because I just got done doing an entire overtime game. My voice is shot, so thank you for tuning in. Now, it's going to be weird because as we discovered the last time we tried to do a computer versus computer game, you can't make the controller select both teams and then do computer versus computer. And you can't change the uniform of the opposing team if you have user controlled for all the teams in franchise mode. So typically, as you guys know, with our franchise mode, we dress up the Tampa Bay Mutiny in the creamsicles, and we dress up the St. Louis Rhinos in their, I call them the Brett Favre era uniforms, but we're not going to be able to do that. So I think we got to put the Mutiny in the creamsicles. We're not going to be able to change the St. Louis Rhinos, but maybe they're having some kind of weird throwback day. I don't know, but it's a weird quirk with this game. I don't know if future Maddens have fixed it or addressed it or whatever, but that's what it's going to be. So it's the in-game commentary. It's going to be the Mutiny and the Rhinos. I'll jump back in, I think, at the end to maybe recap it for you guys, but it's going to be a big game because this is such an important playoff game. I wanted to make sure I brought it to you guys. So I wonder if I can change the uniform and then just back out and it would save. And then I can just go to computer. Do you think that would be an option? Because I think purple versus creamsicle, that's going to be a good look nonetheless anyway. Unless we put them at white at home, which could be interesting. Let's see. Does it save? Ooh, maybe it does. I did not think about trying this. And I back out, and then I put them here. We're going to see. We're going to test this theory. We're going to see if this works. And, of course, for the Tampa Bay Mutiny here, they dress up. Now, I'm interested in maybe trying to get a way to incorporate. I mean, it's got the big pirate flag, so maybe it doesn't work. But that look, because you only get one uniform option with Tampa Bay with their throwbacks. So you're kind of stuck for options, because you don't have another white jersey option, right? If you go for the throwbacks, which we do, your white jersey option, I suppose red looks kind of interesting. It's red and black, but if you wanted to give them a second jersey, of course we have this, but it's got the, I don't know, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it did. I mean, it has the black, which looks kind of weird. But then maybe we can do like, I don't know, maybe that could be like their road jerseys. It's something we can play around with next season. You know I'm the uni guy, but we don't have many. What if we did that as like an alternate? I've never really seen them wear the black jersey. It's always in the game. Of course, there is this option, which has the creamsicle touch, but then you got the pewter at the top. So that doesn't quite work. So there's not, like I said, a whole lot of unfortunate options. But I think orange and purple would look good. Let's see if it works. This is going to be a big business game. Mutiny, Tampa Bay Mutiny, St. Louis Rhinos. Both teams are 9-5, and both teams are going to fight for their playoff lives. I'm going to turn it over to Charles and company, and I'll be with you guys at the very end of the game. Enjoy it, everyone.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and our home team. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and our home team.
Hey, it actually worked. The whole uniform thing actually worked. Okay, well, now I know I can try that for next time. There you go. So, thank you very much. I apologize to Madden. There's a way to trick the game into changing the uniforms.
The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. At a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator said right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 21 carries, 110 yards.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And for this offense, yellow highlighter around Trent Williams.
As well there should be. A Pro Bowl, all-pro type of a left tackle. So mobile, you can also see him as a tight end. This guy is a terrific football player.
On third down, Dickerson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. A glance at the starting unit. Julio Jones, a threat on the outside, of course.
Combines great athleticism, incredible speed, and a whole lot of toughness to be one of the better receivers in the NFL.
From the 22, Young. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Here now the starters defensively for the Vikings. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
The play fake. Now Young. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. It's Carter. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well.
Ready. 58's the mic. Go 58's the mic. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Ready.
On 3rd down, it's Green. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Get ready.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that'd scare me a little bit, because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
Come on, set. 60 or. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Now a 1st down throw for Young. He's got Green. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Set. 60
So
out,
1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, watch the leg.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
The numbers for Green a week ago: 12 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
And that score solidified his standing at the top of the touchdown chart.
Ready.
And right now, he's looking to finish this season strong with a few more.
All day. Get up.
On 2nd down, it's Green. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Yeah, baby.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
They're not ready for this. They should go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
They only needed a yard, instead went backwards. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on down. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance, as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight. And I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now, to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Kelly. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Kelly to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Now, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Thomas. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Kelly. And he will find his man on the outside. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 18.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf. 59. You go, 99. Speed grip.
They'll run on first down. Dickerson. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Buccaneers have it.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them pass it, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football.
Set. 60 or. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Let's go.
Young now after the fumble recovery. And he cannot get away, and Young will go down.
Hey, that's all day, baby. Your sock. Hey, take your socks off back to huddle. Socks off back to huddle.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Alert.
We're scoreless after one. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a second down coming up. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Out of the gun, it's Young. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. The Bucs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Young, that's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
On first down, Dickerson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
70, Indy. Get in the weight room. Ready?
On 2nd down now, Dickerson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Down. 18 Gator. Mike 59. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Hit it.
On 2nd down, Dickerson. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
That's it, baby. Let's go now.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Kelly. This is Johnson. He's got it. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 21. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. What? Mike, let's go. 59. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day, all day.
11 more on that one and another first down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Ready up. 50, March 50. I got you, son. I got you, son. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Big River.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So that one, an 8-play drive. It spanned 75 yards. And it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down.
Go! 50, plant. I got it. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Young. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now they'll run on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
That's how we do it.
They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, They just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
Ready to break.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads. They don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. If you're going to blitz, let down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Breaks the tackle now with Allen. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. It's Young off play action. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 37. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And Young's throw there incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. 2 minutes to play. First half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Young. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. The pass catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. From the 31, Kelly. Johnson's got it complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Play to win. Go! 60 Pittsburgh. Check Mike 57, Mike 57. 3 buzz, 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
On 1st and 10, Kelly. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Come on, set. 50, plant. 59. Man, that's trash. That's trash. 5.
They'll run on 1st down. Dickerson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready?
On 2nd down now, Dickerson. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And his kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep.
That's it, baby.
So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Here we go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a first down following a gain of 3. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting third down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and 1, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
You got him. You got him.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Ready? 18 Gator. Mike 58 right there. Here we go. Check 9. Let's go.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
Come on, baby.
Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Got it.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Come on here. Come get some.
They'll try to throw now. Young. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now the try here for the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Baby, let's go. Let's go.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Hey, let's get this,
Out of the gun, it's Kelly. Under pressure now, and they get to Kelly.
They can't stop us. They cannot hold us down.
And partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That throw by Young incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
That's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 3rd down, Young from the gun. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Young to throw it. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. It'll be Young again. And he completes it to Westbrook. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
They should have put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now Young. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
They can't stop the franchise.
And Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is a 26-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Back him up! Back him up!
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Just like that. Just like that.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Here's Young. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer 1st down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now here's Young. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. Young now. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and react into the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Stop your whining.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense.
Kelly. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Dickerson. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what'll be a 3rd and 4.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Hello, I am shocked to see a passing play on 4th and inches rather than running with Eric Dickerson and for it to actually work. It's been a hard-hitting contest here. Mutiny can't seem to get out of first gear. I'll jump back in towards the end to kind of wrap it up with you guys, but it's coming down to the wire between the Rhinos and the Mutiny.
Well conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Down. 18 Gator. Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Right back to him on first down. A gain of 3, second down.
Let's go now.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. This is Thomas. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Here's Kelly to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Tell you what, guys, that's close enough to the end of the game. I'm going to jump in here with you, commentate with you for the last couple of minutes. 3 minutes to go. Rhinos, Mutiny, battling for the postseason here. My goodness, guys. Yeah, it's all kind of riding on this, and if Tampa Bay loses, that really opens up the door. And what a crazy second half comeback that would be for the Atlanta Dirty Birds. I mean, it's Tom Brady, so you really say it's crazy, but what a comeback that would be for them to possibly win the division here. And this could be a back-breaking play if the Rhinos get the touchdown here. Jim Kelly from the gun steps up and completed to Odell Beckham at around the 10. They're going to mark it at the 9. There's so many weapons for this Rhinos team. Get out of here with your power-saving mode, PS. Did you guys see that on the screen? There's the touchdown. That might, that might be Andre Rison with the Rhinos touchdown, and St. Louis may have just punched their ticket to the playoffs, while the Mutiny, who were a top 10 team most of all of this season, I want to say. It depends on what happens now. The Dirty Birds can still lose later on, and that's going to be one to keep an eye on. And maybe we stream that one with you guys. I don't know. You guys want to see that one? Let me know. Again, if you're watching this one live here on Twitch, if you missed any of the action, this is going to be uploaded on YouTube in probably early to mid-August. But if you don't want to wait that long, this is the end of June. If you don't want to wait that long, patreon.com/tvsports27. We're going to drop this one for you early and ad-free, so check it out there. And we're still doing our promotion. We're looking for 10 new Patreons for the end of the month of August to help us bring AEW Fight Forever, a second wrestling show, to the channel. Let's see what the Mutiny got in them, though. 2 minutes left.
But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means
Steve Young, he's had some good throws in this game, but as I said, they just have not been able to kind of get out of the gates here. And that, I don't know what he was looking for on that one. Maybe Moses down there. But that almost ended the game for the Mutiny. Oh my goodness. There's your 2-minute warning. I don't think they're going to give the Mutiny the first down here. 24-13 for the St. Louis Rhinos here. 2nd and inches in the gun. You got to throw it. You got to keep throwing the ball. 2-score game. Steve Young, he couldn't find anybody open down the field. He had to go short. That's not going to do much. I mean, it does give him the first down at least. New set of downs. Plenty of time in the pocket. And again, Steve Young just has to go to the check down man. Good job by the Rhinos. They're obviously covering extremely well down the field. This time to the sideline, and that one is going to be reeled in and out of bounds. 2nd and 5. They are making good progress here, just about at midfield. Good protection. There we go. There's a big-time first down into Rhino territory. Young's got 260, still hanging on to all these timeouts. Less than a minute to go. Steve Young steps up in the pocket, down the field, and nobody is there. That's where he wanted the ball to end up, was in that purple end zone, but with a receiver with the ball in his hands, though. 28-28 was not the final at the bottom of your screen, by the way, of that game. The Armadillos won, so I don't know why it's saying 28-28, but it's Madden, so there you go. 24-23, meanwhile, right here. Oh, my goodness, and it's complete out of bounds. Westbrook. So 32 seconds to go. They're running out of time, but they do have those timeouts, so keep that in mind in your back pocket. We've had some injuries. Maybe I looked at this before. Is this going to break the game if I hit pause? No, it will. Okay. Oh, it will. Okay. I wanted to see the injuries because I feel like there's some injuries. Did the field just flip on us? I think I broke the game by pausing it. Well, here we go. All right, field flipped. Young, end zone. Oh, my goodness. Julio Jones a yard shy. They call a timeout. Is it too little, too late for the mutiny here? Oh, you got to know. I was going to say right there, and he saw it. Oh, I was yelling at him. He had a wide open man. I didn't think he saw it. He saw it. Touchdown, mutiny. Go for two. Go for the onside kick. Get the field goal. We could have some bonus football again here. Oh, my goodness.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown.
2-point play for the Tampa Bay Mutiny. Pocket collapsing on Young, and he gets it to Avon Moses. Touchdown. So it's a field goal game here, guys. Both teams are 9-5. Tampa Bay, your division lead, with the Atlanta Dirty Birds closing in on them. Here comes your onside kick. They're pretty rare to be successful in Madden, and this one will be no different. Well, with 2 timeouts, unfortunately for Bruce Arians, this one will come to a close. It's going to be the St. Louis Rhinos, though. They're looking for a wild card berth. This gives them 10 wins on the year in a very competitive division. This is division Mexico City, Chicago, St. Louis, all with multiple wins. A tough division, trying to get one of those 2 wild card spots. And both wild card spots might go to this division. They could be a 10-win team that misses the playoffs. A lot can happen. The Mutiny, though, now finds themselves looking in on the Atlanta Dirty Birds. Might stream that game with you. Let me know if you guys want to see it. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll let Charles and crew take you guys the rest of the way. They're going to recap kind of what these guys got coming up. But we appreciate you tuning in today. We streamed with you guys 2.5 hours. Be on the lookout tomorrow. I'll try to get on tomorrow. Patreon Sunday. Be on the lookout for Sunday Night Heat, Halloween Havoc, up on the Patreon. I'll let these guys wrap it up. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll see you later.
It's a victory for their hometown guys, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the home team here, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.